Welcome to Pick'em Pandemonium Week 6, a Brash Plus exclusive. Brash Plus, the hottest content at the highest prices. I'm Josh. I'm joined here with Brandon. We've got a lot of picks to make, and we're going to fucking get into it. Brandon, how you doing, bub?
We're flying through the picks today, buddy, because no prep work done, no fun
Zero.
stats, nothing. I'm probably not even going to remember half the teams and what they did in previous weeks. So there's just, we're just strictly going, but we're going pick after pick, the old school way, Josh. We're already, both of us are already kicking off this week 0-1. You used up your emotional hedge survivor pick.
Best decision I've ever made. What a night Thursday night was.
Well done. Hats off. Congratulations. That was a really, again, I was rooting for the Giants because, fuck Philly. And what a way for them to get their asses chewed up. So yeah, that was good. Again, not a bad way to get kicked out of the survivor. So I guess we're both eliminated from that. So no more elimination challenge or eliminator challenge, whatever the fuck they call it on ESPN.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing for either of us, dude.
Yeah.
If you can guarantee your team a win.
Yep. I did mine last week with the Chargers, and you followed suit. So well done. Now we don't have to worry about that shit anymore. So let's move right along to the first game for whatever order these are in. Oh, I guess this is the first one because this one's in London, England, kicking things off first thing in the morning on Sunday. I love these morning games, even though all the matchups so far have been poo. But we got the Denver Broncos playing against the sorry-ass 0-5 New York Jets. Broncos favored by 6.5 at the moment, and the over-under is at 43.5. If you pick the Jets, we're gonna end this show right now.
No Shaggy DA? Damn.
No, I don't have it. No, there's no prep work, no clips, nothing.
That's fine. No, I'm not picking the Jets. I will never pick the Jets. I don't care who the Jets are playing. I'm not picking them. They are the worst team in the NFL.
Hands down, we're guaranteed that neither of us will ever pick the Jets this entire season.
Yeah, so I can't see a spot where it's like, oh, man, you know what? They could be sneaky here. And they've had a couple games where they've hung tough from what I remember, and some like bad losses. But that's Jets football. Even if they have a lead, even if they're playing well, they'll find a way to lose. So, yeah, I'm going with the Broncos. Also, I think in this game, I would go under and then take Jets plus 6.5. I could see it being like a weird, like low-scoring 17-13 type game. But no chance I'm picking the Jets to win. No fucking way.
Yeah, I like the under, but I also like the Broncos to cover. I'm sorry. I got nothing for you for the Jets. No hope at all. So put all your money on the Jets in London.
You heard it here first, folks. Jets money line.
The Arizona Cardinals are headed to Indy to take on the Colts. Cardinals sitting at 2-3, Colts at 4-1, and the Colts are favored, which shouldn't be a surprise by 6.5. And over under on this one is 47.5. Keeping it boring, keeping it easy. I'm going with 93% of what people are picking on ESPN, and I'm going with the home team and the Colts to keep this magical carpet ride run going and getting to 5-1 against the Cardinals.
Yeah, another one that's kind of weird. I think weird things are going to happen. This could be a Daniel Jones turning back into a pumpkin spot, just because now it's like, oh, okay, they're legitimate. I think they won by 35 points last week or something. Like, so now you've got the Cardinals coming into town, and everyone's finally bought into the Colts. Like, okay, you have proven
that's right.
You are
the pressure's on now.
Yeah, you're a top 6 team in the country, right? Pressure's on. This is when I could totally see it coming unglued. and the Cardinals, because the Cardinals are always a weird team anyway. You never know. I mean, they are the most unpredictable team in the NFL. You never know what the fuck's going to happen.
They literally gave the Titans their first win of the season. So I'm out on the Cardinals.
I mean you saw how that the fumble before the end zone, and then
he pulled the Deshaun Jackson. Yeah,
and then the interception turned into a fumble, turned into a kick.
That was so funny.
That's Cardinals football, though.
Yeah.
And all it takes, but they also find themselves on the opposite side of that sometimes. And it would not surprise me. I thought about going Cardinals just because I have so many favorites this week. In fact, I won't spoil it, but I'm not changing. I'm sticking with the Colts because they are just, such a better team.
Yeah. And I think we could eventually see Daniel Jones come back down to earth at some point.
This could be a pumpkin game, dude.
I don't like that they've given him a new nickname. He was Danny Dimes with the Giants. Now you heard
Indiana Jones.
He's Indiana Jones. Of course. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody to be calling him Indiana Jones. So
I personally love it, and he will continue to mock the Giants now that Saquon is kind of regressing a little bit. Yeah. Daniel Jones is going to be the guy to mock the Giants. But Giants fans, we don't really care right now. We're riding high at the moment.
All right, let's keep this train rolling. We got the LA Chargers 3-2 headed to Miami, take on the 1-4 Dolphins. Chargers 1-1 away, Dolphins 1-1 at home. Chargers are favored by 3.5, over under 43.5. And the Chargers, they've lost the last 2 games against NFC East opponents. They've in many ways shot themselves in the foot. I'm not taking anything away from the Giants or the Skins. I think they both deserved to win those games. Dolphins, I'm not completely out on Miami just yet. I don't know why, because they haven't really shown me anything to give me any confidence. But I am going to go with the Chargers here. I think they desperately need this, even though it's only week 6. They need this bounce back. They need to get to 4-2 and can't fall to 3-3 after starting 3-0. So they have to beat up on the Dolphins. Even if they don't, just get the dub. So give me the Chargers. But I would stay away from the over-under or the spread on this one. I don't like any of that.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I don't know, because I went back and forth on this one, surprisingly. Ultimately, though, this is a Chargers need a win game, and Dolphins just aren't that good game, and they'll get out-coached by Harbaugh and out-quarterbacked by Herbert. This is also the Dolphins took Tua over Justin Herbert. So there is that. That's a little bit of a factor. But
Tua sucks, dude.
He sucks.
He fucking sucks.
He's not good. He's not good. Could you imagine? All right.
Yeah. You know what? I retract what I said before. I am out on the Dolphins. You know what? Because how can I take them seriously as long as Tua is there? The guy can't throw for over 140 yards in a game.
Imagine you're an NFL scout and you're scouting quarterbacks in, I don't know what year, 2019 I think was the draft. You see Tua standing next to Justin Herbert, and you pick Tua over Justin Herbert. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, it's the Chargers, but another one. The only thing going in Miami's favor, I'm a big West Coast going to the East Coast 1 o'clock matchup guy. Yeah. I think weird things always happen in those games. That's the only thing going in the Dolphins' favor. Beyond that, dude, they're just hopeless.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, there's a lot of rumors too that this could be Mike McDaniel's last game at the helm in Miami.
He definitely seems like he's on the hottest seat of all NFL coaches.
Now he inherited it, Tua, right? So I mean,
yes.
I do kind of feel for him for that, because it always sucks when a coach has to deal with whatever quarterback they're given. It's, it reminds me of the Jay Gruden and Dwayne Haskins experiment. It's just like, Jay's like, please God, no, I don't want this guy. But the owners are like, no, you got to, turn this chicken shit into chicken salad.
Right. Brian Dable with Daniel Jones. I just don't think they were ever a good fit. And now he has his guy. I think Mike McDaniel will end up being the next like Cliff Kingsbury, where you get a head coaching shot, it doesn't work out, you go back to being an offensive coordinator, which is your strength, and then you just find a team with a good young quarterback and some playmakers, and you fucking light the world up. I could see him finding that. And
it's so funny you say that, because I was just thinking this week, if he does get fired, which I do think it will happen, even if it doesn't happen until the end of the season, I think Cliff is probably going to get a head coaching gig. And I'm like, just bring in Mike McDaniel. He'd be a nice replacement. So
yeah,
imagine
what he could do with Jaden Daniels.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Again, for whatever reason, the orders aren't lining up on the exactly on the pick'ems and the score sheet. But whatever. The Cleveland Browns. Oh no, hold on. Back up. Beep beep.
Whoa.
Beep.
Whoa.
We're gonna go to New Orleans. You want to go? We're going right now.
Let's go to
Grab
New Orleans.
your shit. Going.
Let's go.
Going to
down the bayou.
The Patriots headed to New Orleans. Patriots sitting at 3-2. The Saints at 1-4. Pretty much where most people expected to be the Saints at this point, or the Saints to be rather. Patriots favored by 3.5. Seems a bit low. Over under 45.5. And I think the Patriots are playing really good. Drake May's playing out of his mind. Unless the Patriots just shit the bed and shoot themselves in the foot like the Arizona Cardinals did last week, I don't see the Saints getting this win. So I think the Pats win. I think they cover, and I'd stay away from the over-under, though. But I do think they'll cover at 3.5. So give me the Pats getting that dub in New Orleans.
I think that this is going to be one of those weird ones, and I'm picking the Saints.
Okay,
I don't know why. I think
upset.
It's one of those I've always heard. I don't know who to attribute this quote to, but they've always said, it was a former coach. He said the best time to run practices for a week is when your team plays poorly and you still win, because then you can ride the guys on your team and go, look, this sucks. We need to improve this. We need to improve this, whatever. But everyone's still in a good mood because they got that dub. They played like shit against the Giants. The Giants should have won that game. The Giants had an NFL record 5 straight drives with a turnover. That's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm surprised the Redskins didn't have that record. They probably did. You guys probably broke our record.
Probably broke it from you guys. Yeah. So I think, and they're at home. The Patriots, young quarterback. I'm still not in love with their roster. I think Mike Vrabel is a great coach. I don't know how Tennessee let that guy walk. But I'm gonna go Saints here, and I didn't go out on a ledge for many of these picks. This is one I feel pretty good about taking the underdog. Again, at home, young quarterback having to travel there.
Finally differing on a pick. I like it. You're being bold, and again, if you're paying attention, as a viewer, I am having the worst season of pick'ems ever. So just every pick I make, pick the opposite. I cannot stress that enough.
I'm only slightly better than you, so let's not go crazy here.
The Cleveland Browns, 1-4, 0-2 away, are going to be away this week as they travel to Pittsburgh, take on the 3-1 Steelers. Steelers favored by 6.5, over under 38.5. Only 9% of those on ESPN are going with Cleveland, and I think Cleveland's defense is damn good. I love this divisional matchup. Trap game at its finest for the Steelers. Give me the Browns all the way, dude. I just think this is going to be a low-scoring, sloppy game, and I think they get to Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say at least 5 sacks for Rodgers, and one of those might result in a turnover. And the Browns just, they won't shock the world, because I think a lot of people are smelling a trap in this one. But I think they will shock the Pittsburgh faithful at Heinz Field, even though it's not called Heinz Field. It's called something really gay now, but I'll always call it Heinz Field. Give me the Browns getting the dub away. And getting to 2-4 and putting the Steelers at 3-2.
All right. I wanted to pick Cleveland here, but then I thought about it. Cleveland was just in London last week, and the Steelers are coming off a bye. I think that's a huge advantage for the Steelers, so I went with the Steelers.
Hey.
That's really the only reason, because otherwise, if that wasn't a factor, I'd probably go Browns here, but I think Mike Tomlin's really good off of a bye, and the Browns just aren't very good, so you factor all those things in, and I think the Steelers win.
Fair enough. Let's go to Carolina. The Dallas Cowboys headed to take on the Panthers. Cowboys 2-1, Panthers 2-3. Panthers undefeated at home, 2-0. Dallas is favored, as well they should be, by 3.5, over under 49.5. The Panthers, they're scrappy. They just have absolutely no offense, where that's all the Cowboys have. I think they lead the league in yards per game up until this point. And Dak's playing out of his mind. As much as it pains me, I am going with the Cowboys to get the win. And because, I just can't envision that their offense falls off, the face of the earth against the Panthers. I just don't see it happening, because that's what would need to happen. And again, I'm surprised at how good the Cowboys offense has looked, to be honest with you.
And CeeDee Lamb's been out, and they're still putting up crazy
rolling
numbers. Yeah. I'm with you. I think it's Cowboys. It's my favorite bet of the week, though, is over in this game. I love it. I think it's going to be a shootout. And it might be Dallas going up early and then some garbage time Panthers, and then Dallas realizing, we got to put our foot back on the gas. But yeah, I think Carolina's got some dudes. Like Rico Dowdle's been playing really good. Tet McMillan, I got a colored pencil here. Tet McMillan, who I called out the first week we did this. He's been really good. I think my quote was, he's the next Puka. Unfortunately, Puka is on a fucking rocket to the moon right now, so it's going to take a lot for him to catch it. But he's, like, watching his highlights, man, he's a fucking dog. And Dallas has no defense. Their defense is awful.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Exact opposite, polar opposite of their offense, which is insane. But yeah, if there is going to be, for Bryce Young, who's been terrible, if there's going to be a feel-good game, every quarterback has the opportunity to have a feel-good game against the Dallas defense.
Oh, yeah.
But again, the reason I can't envision a Panthers win, because let's say Bryce Young plays out of his mind and they score 38 points. Dallas is going to, I think, put up 40 plus. So
they put 40 on Green Bay. Why wouldn't they put 40 on the Panthers?
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
All right. Cool. Next one on our sheet here is the Seattle Seahawks at 3-2, headed to Jacksonville. Should be a good one, actually. Jaguars, a surprising 4-1, undefeated at home at 3-0. But Seahawks, they haven't lost away yet. They're 2-0 away, and they are favored by 1.5. The over/under 47.5. Trevor Lawrence was super impressive last week against the Chiefs. And, I know, it was his birthday, and, he did fall down on that last play, and somehow nobody came and touched him, and he was able to, he fell down twice, and then he was able to still get up. And that play looked like it was in slow motion every time you watch it. But I still think the Jags outplayed the Chiefs, and they deserve that win. And I love that home field advantage for Jacksonville. I never thought I'd say that. But I think the fans are they're believing in these Jags this year. And I have been I've been calling the last 3 years that the Jags would have a good season. And I'm always wrong.
First year you haven't.
The first year I don't, here we go.
Of course.
But the Seahawks they've also been surprising. Sam Darnold, I keep saying, he's going to turn into shit. And then, and he doesn't. So this is a toss-up. But let me double check and make sure. Okay, good. I was like, let me just make sure I'm not thinking something different now than I did when I originally made my picks. But no, I'm going with the Jags. to get the win. But 47.5 over under, I don't want to get anywhere close to that. So I'm not even making a prediction there. But I do think the Jags come out on top here. I could see like a 23-20 type result.
Yeah, this one, I mean, this is the hardest pick of the week for me because I'm so high on the Seahawks. I think that they are a legitimate team, but I think they're banged up right now. I think. I don't quote me on that.
I have no idea. So
yeah, I think they are. The biggest factor here, and I said it earlier, it's that West Coast to East Coast. I mean, Seattle to Jacksonville is what the second longest possible commute in the NFL. Like, that's a long way away.
Cruise,
so for that reason, that's the only reason, because otherwise flip a fucking coin in this matchup, because I have no idea really how this is going to play out. If Seattle wins, I would be the least shocked person in the world, but I don't know. Jacksonville's got something going for them, dude. They got a little moxie this year. I like to see it. I like to see that stadium rocking. The people of Jacksonville have nothing else. Let's give them some good Jaguars football.
If this were honestly in Seattle instead of Jacksonville, I'd be taking the Seahawks. So there's that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right. The LA Rams 3-2. They've looked pretty sharp, especially Stafford. 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. They're headed to Baltimore to take on the ever disappointing Ravens, who are sitting at a stinky 1-4. I mean, I don't have much to say here. Rams favored by 7.5 as well. They should be, and the over under 45.5. I like the Rams to cover. I like the over. And yeah, Lamar's out. So I mean, even for a diehard Ravens fan, the what gives type of guy, there's no way that person's even picking the Ravens. So it's just not. Things are about to get even worse for Baltimore. Could Harbaugh be on the hot seat? That'd be a weird one, but yeah, absolutely not.
That guy's not going anywhere, dude.
He's grandfathered in at this point, but
sure.
Give me the Rams getting to 4-2 and the Ravens at 1-5, and yeah, sorry Ravens fans, it's just not going to be your year this year.
This feels like the game that everybody at like 2:30, like all the teams start going to halftime and you start looking at scores and shit, and then you're like, how are the Ravens beating the Rams? Like,
oh no,
this feels like that game. I don't have the balls to pick the Ravens this week. I just don't. So I'm picking the Rams, but this feels like a sneaky Baltimore game. I don't know why. They have no reason to. Lamar's out. I think they have a bye week after this. So it's almost like you can get a sense that they're like, all right, let's just get through the bye. Let's get Lamar back, and then we'll focus on how we can make the playoffs, even, dig ourselves out of this hole. But it also, for whatever reason, there's always those head scratchers every week, and this one reeks of a head scratcher. I think the Rams are going to win, but I don't love it.
Okay. I think the Rams.
I don't even like it.
I think the Rams lead by double digits by halftime. Because even if Derrick Henry, wants to have a day, the Rams' defensive front is really good.
Really good.
And Cooper Rush looked like absolute dog shit last week. So I just don't see him having a surprising resurgence against that defense. So sorry, but I always pull for the Ravens. I got nothing against the Ravens, but
I held a grudge for a long time. In fact, I would say they were, for a long time, my second least favorite team. There was maybe third. The Eagles, obviously, are my least favorite. Then you got the Cowboys. And the Ravens were right behind because of the 2000 Super Bowl, where they just blew us out of the building. And I held that for a long time. I fucked the Ravens. I'm never going to pull for the Ravens. But that's kind of over. I think when I lived in Baltimore for a couple years, that kind of shifted, because Ravens fans, man, salt of the earth people. Baltimore, underrated city.
Yeah, very underrated.
Yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart, in my cold, dead heart, for these Ravens.
God.
But I don't know. I just don't. The Rams are just too good. It's too bad they don't have a fucking tomato can coming into town for them to just get a good feeling heading into the bye.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah. Like the Bengals.
It's too bad the Bengals aren't coming into town, or the Dolphins or something. They could like have a shot, beat up, and feel good about.
All right. Speaking of beating up, the 4:00 slate kicks off with the Tennessee Titans sitting at 1-4, and they're heading to another. What did you call it? Tomato can team in the Vegas Raiders. So this is America's game of the week. The Vegas Raiders favored by 3.5. The over under 41.5. And I feel bad for anybody that's a fan of either of these teams and has to watch this game. I'm going with the Raiders just simply because the little I've seen thus far this season, I think they have more to work with, even though I think Brock Bowers isn't going to be playing in this one, which sucks for them. Yeah. But, again, the Titans, they need the opponent to help them win.
Yeah.
So I mean, and Cam Ward, he's again, it's early in his rookie campaign, so I'm not declaring him a bust by any means. But he's a work in progress. So I just think the Raiders, I could see the Raiders at 2-4 and the Titans at 1-5 more than the other way around. And that's the only reason really I'm going with the Raiders in this one. So there you go. And there you go. You're East Coast to West Coast too, from Tennessee to Vegas. But maybe that's not as big of a deal. But
I don't think as much because Nashville is Central Time and Vegas is so it's like a 2-hour difference.
Okay.
Plus it's a late game, so it doesn't count as much. It's that 1 o'clock window that you really got to be mindful of. Anyway, let's not talk too much about this game. This is the worst game on the slate. Titans are bad. Cam Ward has got to show something. So before I pick them, because he has not looked very good.
Here's who will play. Max Crosby. And Cam Ward's been he takes sacks.
He holds on to the ball for so long.
And Max Crosby's going to be licking his chops. I mean, he might kill him. So I'm wishing Cam Ward all the best of luck.
We hope he has a speedy recovery after this game.
All right. Let's go to Green Bay, Lambeau Field, where the Cincinnati Bengals are coming to town to take on the Packers. Bengals at 2-3, Packers 2-1-1, and this is the heftiest of spreads. Packers favored by 14.5, 44.5 the over under. For whatever reason, of course, I'm picking the Packers. No reason to spend too much time on this one, but I don't like that spread. I think I would take the Bengals with 14.5, but the Packers will get the win. But I'm over under. I'd stay away from that too because I don't know about their offense. Sometimes the Packers offense shows up and sometimes it just doesn't. But they should get this win. I mean, they need to get this win at home against the Bengals. So I'm going Packers.
Yeah, I think they need the win, and I think they need to win convincingly because after the first couple weeks, I think most people thought, wow, the Packers are legitimate Super Bowl contenders. I still think that they're in that bubble, but I don't feel nearly as good about them as I did. And the Bengals, that's a tough look. If you're,
Joe Flacco's going to be playing,
right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a tough look that you are like he's going to come and save you guys because he's not looked very good. I mean, he's ancient. How could he?
That would be awesome if he just has a connection with Jamar Chase and just throws for 320 yards. And
someone pointed out they were like, look at Joe Flacco's receivers over the years. This is the biggest upgrade any quarterback has ever had.
Oh my God!
Think about it. He's never really.
I want the Bengals to win so bad. Please,
it would be
Cincinnati get this win.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do not have the balls. I think you're out of your fucking mind if you pick the Bengals. But 14.5 is a lot of points in the NFL. Period.
Way too much. Yeah. What is this, college game? Yeah.
I don't like that. But yeah, could Joe Flacco? Dude, because at a certain point, like Jamar Chase has taken over games. And if that's the game plan, hey, Joe, just drop back. Because he still has a cannon.
Yep.
Drop back and just fucking fire it. We don't care if he's triple covered. Just fire it to him. That could work. If I were a coach, that's what I would be saying in the locker room. Hey, T. Higgins, take the day off. We don't need you.
We're both eliminated from our survivors. And if we were not, we would both be taking the Packers. So that's that.
100%.
All right, 2 4-1 teams meeting up around 4:30 Eastern time. I like this. The 49ers and the Bucks. Bucks favored by 3.5 at home. 47.5 is your over/under here. Mac Jones looked pretty good last week. They beat the Rams. That was impressive, man. He was throwing them on a rope, some of those, and but, speaking of throwing him on a rope, Baker Mayfield is top MVP candidate right now. Yeah. I have been shitting on Baker Mayfield for years. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception this season. I told you last week, I am done. I'm done betting against Baker. I'm a Baker Mayfield fan, and I cannot, again, even without Evans, he still proves me wrong. So, yeah, give me the Bucks at home. 5-1. Now that I'm on the Bucks bandwagon, just the stock is about to plummet.
I literally think about changing my pick right now after you just said that, because I picked the Bucks, but I will change it to San Francisco now that you, because you have been.
You're more than welcome to.
I've showed you several times. I'm like, dude, the guy is playing out of his mind, and just, dude, gritty wins. And running people over to get first downs, and just like the kind of guy that you want at quarterback.
10-1. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. And that would be kind of cool. Let's be honest. If he did just have that type of, finish the year like this, and he did win the MVP, like nobody would see it. No. Somebody out there put money on it, some psychopath,
some Bucks fan,
diehard Bucks fan put like $100 on Mayfield to win the MVP and is going to clean up.
Yep.
FanDuel is going to suspend their account. We're sorry. There's a problem with your login. What?
No, I'll stick with the Bucks. Again, this is just because they're at home. Otherwise, Mac Jones is showing me something. That guy should be in the NFL. That guy should be starting somewhere.
Again, the fact that now I'm no pun intended, but jumping ship to the Buccaneers. Again, if you are listening to this, you put all your money on the Niners. You go heavy on the Niners this week, because Brandon is now confident in Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. So, woo! I'm almost gonna change my pick, because no, I can't. I can't change my pick again. I'm all in on the Bucs. So, Sunday Night Football on NBC is where you're gonna find the Detroit Lions headed to Arrowhead. The Lions at 4-1, taking on the sorry ass Chiefs. I'm sorry, 2-3. Just underwhelming. They're just boring. I'm not. Chiefs are favored by 2.5, over under 52.5. And I get the over under. I would go over with these two teams, because there's going to be a lot of points scored. Let's see, what are most people picking? Looks like 75% on ESPN going with the Lions, 25% with the Chiefs. And I want the Lions to win this game, which is why I think the Chiefs are going to fucking win. And, wow. This is just one where final drive, Lions have played great, but the last drive the ball is in Mahomes' hands, and he brings him down the field, and Butker gets the fucking game-winning field goal, and they keep showing Taylor Swift a million fucking times over celebrating in the box. So give me the Chiefs getting a little bit of a feel-good win against a strong Detroit Lions team and getting into a 500. But it's not the end of the world for the Lions at 4-2. So I mean, they'll get over it.
You stole my talking points. Did you log in?
I did sneak a peek at your notes. Yeah,
to the brash notes.
Yeah.
And no, I'm gonna say the same thing. I think it is back and forth. I actually think it might be a little lower scoring than people are thinking. I think the Chiefs are going to be pissed off about how they lost in Jacksonville, and Detroit going into Arrowhead, which is one of the hardest places to play. Again, it's close. I think Detroit's maybe the most well-rounded team in the NFL. And the Chiefs have not looked good, but that's exactly why it feels like this is a spot that they would win.
Yeah.
And it will be like a last-second field goal.
Years past, Brandon would fall face first into picking the Lions here.
Yep.
But
dude, did you see my face when you said I was shocked.
Yeah.
Honestly, shocked.
Yeah. And again, I will be watching that game. I'll be rooting hard for Jared Goff and co. But I think the Chiefs. I'm prepared for a Chiefs victory. I'd love to see them fall to 2-4, and to see all those stupid Chiefs fans in the crowd be like, "What?" Again, I'm not picking with my heart. Monday night we got double matchup. Real quick, I hate this 2 games on Monday night nonsense. Mm-hmm. I think the NFL is really missing an opportunity here. If you're going to, instead of giving us 2 Monday night games, I've probably said this in episodes before, how about moving one of those games to like Friday or Saturday, huge opportunity for ratings, and, where whatever game it is, people will fucking watch it. But when you have 2 games going on simultaneously on Monday, it's so fucking stupid. One starts an hour before the other. So we'll start off with the Bills going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Bills 4-1, Falcons 2-2. Bills favored by 4.5, and the over/under 49.5. Even though the Falcons offense came to life against my boys and put us in our place, I just think that's because Penix loves playing us, because he plays pretty damn good last season also. So I think against everyone else, he's going to look like Michael Penix, which is just average. And I think Josh Allen on primetime is Josh fucking Allen. So reigning, defending MVP. I guess Bills going to 5-1, and the Falcons definitely a 2-3 team. Short and sweet.
This if you're not picking if you already picked Green Bay in your eliminator and you haven't picked the Bills, this is the spot. Right? There's nothing aside from being at home, which doesn't mean a ton to me when you're playing the Bills. There's no reason to pick the Falcons here. They don't match up well against the Bills. The Bills are going to roll into town, fuck them up.
That is one, where if the Falcons win, I would be stunned. That is one that would be like, whoa, I didn't see that shit coming. So we'll see. But yeah, I like the Bills there. And finally, saving the best for last, the later of the 2 Monday night football matchups, the Chicago Bears return to Landover, Maryland to seek some revenge against the Washington Redskins / Commanders. Bills 2-2, Commanders 3-2, 2-0 at home. And Washington's favored by 4.5, over under 50.5. Of course, everyone remembers how this matchup ended last year. The unforgettable Hail Mary, which changed the course of both teams' seasons. I mean, it really catapulted us to have the type of season that we had, making it all the way to the NFC Championship. Whereas after Chicago lost that heartbreaker, they went on to lose 9 consecutive games after that game. And they were doomed. Caleb Williams has been able to stay upright a lot more so far. 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So he's actually he's been a hell of a lot better. I think a lot of that has to do with Ben Johnson calling the plays, because he's a brilliant offensive mind, and he knew basically how to simplify things for him. I think maybe it was a little too complicated for him last year, and it's shown. Now, remind you, 4 of those touchdown passes did come against the sorry-ass Dallas Cowboys defense. So I just can't take that Cowboys defense seriously, and I think that helps pad the stats quite a bit. And the Redskins defense has been wishy-washy. Some days decent, other days really, really bad. But at home, I like my boys getting the dub. I like them covering the 4.5, Josh. That's right. And I like the over 50.5. I do think we'll see some back and forth, but I don't think it'll be the Caleb and Jaden party. I think it's going to be the Bill party, because the Bears' rush defense is non-existent, and they're going up against the number 1 run team in the NFL, and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, because that's just a hell of a lot easier to remember, and that's what he likes to be called. So he's already got...
Does he really go by Bill?
Yeah, he goes by Bill. Because when he was a little kid, people called him Little Bill from the cartoon Little Bill. So as an adult, he still goes by Bill.
I had no idea, dude.
If you don't know who Bill is, you will know after Monday night.
My God,
they're going to be talking about him all day on ESPN on Tuesday. So give me the burgundy and gold, getting to 4-2, putting the Bears at 2-3, and the Bears fans like to think that this is a rivalry now because of Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. After we put them in their place on Monday night, they'll realize this isn't a fucking rivalry. This is a one-sided thing, and one team is just better than the other.
Yeah, I mean, that's as simple as it gets. You guys have a better roster. But I'm with you. I like the over. I don't know about 4.5. But I could easily see that happening. I'm definitely picking the Commanders, though. I have way more faith in Jaden than I do Caleb Williams. And until Caleb really proves something to me, I think the Bears made a mistake drafting him over Jaden Daniels. So the other thing about this game that someone pointed out, I don't know who I was listening to, but some fucking expert. He was like, remember, Washington wanted Ben Johnson 2 years ago, and they were flying to Detroit, and like the meeting canceled while they were in the air or something.
He canceled the meeting while they were on the way.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. That's not nothing. Like, I could see that being a bulletin board material for some of the guys in there. And they want to prove, like, actually, we found a better guy. So, fuck you.
I'm really happy it worked out the way it did.
100%.
Dan Quinn is the man. And I just think he's just a tougher, more hard-nosed dude to lead these guys. One thing I did hear, speaking of the experts, I think it was Chris Sims, because he's retarded, by the way, but he's high on the Bears in this one, and one of his talking points was Ben Johnson. He's coming off of a bye week, so he had a whole week off to prepare against this Commanders defense, which again, the Commanders defense is not that good. I'll be the first to say it, but mind you, he was the offensive coordinator for the Lions last year, and from what I remember, he had a week off to prepare for our defense last year in the playoffs, where we smoked the fuck out of them. So, and that offense in Detroit, hell of a lot more talented than the offense he's dealing with now.
Oh, yeah.
So, and just want to throw this in there. I'm not taking a shot at Caleb Williams, because again, I think he could have a really good game. I just don't think it'll matter at the end of the day. But I also think he is going to put a lot of pressure on himself. I could see this, where he wants to prove that he's the better guy. It means a lot to him personally.
Oh, yeah.
So he might push it and do out of character things that he has yet to do this season, and that might lead to some silly mistakes.
And that was the biggest knock on him coming into this year, was that he was too reckless with the ball. He played hero ball. He wasn't playing like system football. And in Ben Johnson's system, you have to like take a 3-step drop, know where you're going to throw the ball, and get it out of your hands. And Caleb didn't do that last year. I think he struggled with it the first couple games, and he's gotten better with it. But I'm with you. That's a great point, because he does seem like he's mental fortitude isn't really a strong suit for him, it seems. So I could see that being in his head. I gotta prove myself. Just trying too hard, doing too much, making some mistakes. I like where you're at, dude. You might be talking me into this 4.5 business.
Did you pick a tiebreaker for the total points?
No, but I did say I like the over, so I'll go 53.
All right, I went 57. 57. Ooh, that's right.
I like that.
I have no idea why I just went with 57. So. But I do feel comfortable about the over there. And, I think it really could be a really close, good game until the fourth quarter. I think, if it's close leading into the fourth, I think then we'll start running away with it. But, hey, might come back to bite me. Might have some Bears fans laughing and making fun of me and pointing.
The Brash Sports message boards are going to be
off the charts, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to just turn off my DMs.
The Tuesday morning call-in show is going to be really tough for you.
Oh, yeah. Chris Sims is going to be sending all types of emails with just emojis. All right. Awesome, bud. Well, there you go. There's our rapid fire pick'ems. That was nice and easy. Again, no elimination challenge because that ship has sailed. It's over, but we used
parlay
up because wisely.
No parlay because we always forget.
We'll never remember. It's never going to happen. I mean, maybe next time. I know I always say that, but I really do want to get a parlay in there. Maybe it's good we're not doing it every week. Maybe we're saving up. We're trying to scope out, see where things are going, get a better feel for this season because 6 weeks in, I still have no fucking idea where the season is going. I think it's good we're not just throwing money directly into the paper shredder.
I do that enough on my own.
Yeah. But all right, but anything else you want to add on?
No. That's
all right.
My team got my win Thursday. I'm sleeping
you just
easy all week.
Back, relax, and watch Father of the Prize.
I knew it.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Thank God you did it. I knew it was coming. All right.
Awesome, buddy. Well, yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.